Imagine going about your daily routine. When you spot something that should terrify you, but because it makes absolutely no sense and simply does not compute with what you know about the world, you essentially have almost no reaction at all. Sound crazy? Well, not to two business partners in New Jersey who had that very experience a few years ago when they came upon some kind of creature that totally baffled them.
You see that? What is that?
March 2022, Frenchtown, New Jersey. Sean Gilday and his business partner Rachel Hill are stopping by Sean's farm to lock up his peacocks in the barn for the night. As Rachel waits for him in the car, she sees something moving around about 100 yards away in the woods. When Sean returns, she points it out, and he starts filming.
What is that? Can't really... Do you see that?
It looks like a bear.
What the hell? Is it running?
My name is Rachel.
And my name is Sean.
And this is our video. The headlights kind of caught a glimpse of, this furry creature that was moving, except it was a lot larger than anything that I personally had ever seen. I kind of was like shell-shocked.
What is that? Looks like it has arms.
I can't tell at all what that is.
Perhaps because of the shock, they don't feel as much fear as they should.
I felt like I could get away. I didn't think that whatever it was could come up on us and the car would probably be some protection. I don't know, I was just... My brain wasn't working right after I saw it. I was like, this is not real. This can't be.
That is the weirdest thing.
It's still a weird thing to talk about because it's just like, there's no logical explanation in my brain that fits it.
One thing they considered was that maybe someone was playing a prank on them by wearing a costume. But after thinking it through, that didn't make sense.
That would be extremely foolish. I know the neighbors around and everybody has pretty big farms. And, if somebody were to do something on somebody else's property, there's a chance they could be shot. So I don't think that somebody's just playing around. It wouldn't make sense to do that. That would be silly.
Yeah, I think the circumstances were too random. I think it was like a Tuesday night or a Wednesday night in the middle of March. It wasn't Halloween, there was no reason, and Sean lives in too remote of an area. There's not even really too many neighbors around, let alone kids that would be, investing their time trying to play a prank in hopes that maybe someone saw them.
That is the weirdest thing.
So, if not a wild animal or a person in a hairy suit, then what exactly did Rachel and Sean capture on camera that night?
For the most part, this looks like your typical Bigfoot creature, except it's not really as tall as we're used to seeing. It's more squat and burly. It has what appears to be very long brown hair covering its entire body.
This thing looks like Bigfoot to me. A short Bigfoot, maybe, but I rewound and paused and zoomed in on this footage a lot. And I don't think it's a bear. I don't think it's a person in a suit.
No way that that's a bear, especially not a bear from New Jersey. They don't typically look like a humanoid with long arms. And they're also not typically even that big.
And speaking of New Jersey,
believe it or not, New Jersey, for such a small state, has its fair share of cryptids, including devils, mantis men, and Bigfoot.
Throughout the nation, Bigfoot is referred to by a number of different names, like Fouki Monster or the Swamp Ape in Florida. Here in New Jersey, we have a name for it too. The locals call it the Big Red Eye.
You see that?
Another thing to consider: the odd way it is behaving.
It's maneuvering in such a way that it's peculiar because it's not running away. It seems to still be standing and unsure of what or who they are as well. So as much as they seem to be curious as to what this is, it seems to be doing the same thing with them.
And it's moving around in a way that seems matrixy. I can't even explain it. It's turning around so fast. It does movements that we're not doing this as humans. You're not spinning back and forth like this, almost like it's defaulting. Is it coming from a different dimension that we're not understanding the physics of this and how this works? It's not conventional at all.
That's an understatement.
You see that?
But whatever the creature is, and whatever it was doing that night, it remains a mystery to Rachel and Sean.
I can't tell at all what that is.
And they aren't ruling out the possibility that it could have been Bigfoot.
I try and have an open mind about everything, and it's hard to say what's true until you actually experience it. I think this experience has definitely opened my mind and changed my perspective in the sense that, yeah, this could be a possibility.
I don't believe in anything, at least up to this point, but like I saw something that I couldn't explain, period. So is there a possibility something exists that I didn't know about in the past? I do believe that.
You see that?
What is that?